Okay, now we're ready to export the lecture from Screenflow. And so one thing you can do is you can bring the playhead here, select I for in point, and it will automatically select the out point, O. What it'll do is it'll output what you've selected here in blue. The other thing you can do is if you maybe want to export just a portion of it, you can set your out point there. Same thing here, you can move that one. And you're ready to go. So we can go to File, Export Selected Range, and you could title this. So I'm going to call this Screenflow. I'm going to call it Creating Online Lectures with Screenflow. And I'll just call it a test. And I'm going to go ahead and save it to the desktop where I've done, where I've saved these others. Type, I'm just going to do automatic encoding quality normal. I'm going to go with 1920 by 1080. Letterbox content, I'm just going to keep that checked. And what it does is 1080 by 1920 by 1080 is slightly wider than your actual screen dimensions or my screen dimensions. So it'll just create a black box on either side, which is fine. So I'm ready to go, titled it, and I'm going to export. And it will go through this process. This is only about 30 seconds. So now it's done. Here's my test. And first thing I do is I will play it. And just make sure everything's good. Of course, this is just a test. This is the letterbox that I was talking about here to the left and to the right. And I generally will play an entire lecture just all the way through from beginning to end, just to make sure that there isn't anything wrong and I didn't make any mistakes or I didn't have any typos, which obviously I did there, but that's just the test file. So it's ready to go. Before I do anything, I hit Command S and I save this, make sure it's safe before I close it. And then the other thing I do is I will keep my Screenflow files in a folder and I'll have some outtakes. And then I'll put all the outputs that I upload, I'll put them in there afterwards just so that I'm organized. So I'm going to upload to YouTube. And so this is, I've created a playlist. This is where I'm going to upload them. And I've titled it. And right now I've kept them private. So I'll show you the steps that I take. So upload video. I didn't make them private. I made them unlisted, which is what you want to do if you want to keep them out of sight from the public. But it enables you to embed them into different websites as well as whatever course management system you have. So I'm going to select File, go to my desktop, oops, and this is the test, and I'll double click that, and it'll start uploading. And what I'll do is I'll title it. Oh, got another typo there. And then you can add a description. Playlist, I'll select the playlist, Creating Basic Online. And then I'll click there. And made for kids. No, it's not made for kids. I mean, it's kid friendly, but it's not specifically for kids. So I'm going to select no. I'm going to go to the next one, no elements. And right here, I'm going to unlist it. If you choose to make it public, you can. But typically, I'll unlist a lot of these tutorials and make a playlist. And so it's not open to the general public, but what you can do is you can send people that playlist and they will have access to all the videos on that playlist. It just doesn't, unlisting them makes it impossible to search for them unless you have the link, and so only people with the link can view them. So I'll hit save. And what'll happen is it's published. This actually went through really fast because it was only 30 seconds. Otherwise, it takes a while to process, and then it'll kind of finish. And here it is. And it's unlisted, and it's within my playlist. It shows up with all the videos that I've uploaded. But if I go to my playlist, there's that, and here they are. Of course, when I complete this video, I'm actually going to call it part 3, exporting, and it will go along here. So that's basically it.